Learn like a child. Learn as if you were a baby, like you did when you were an infant. Hey, the truth is, hardcore truth is, you're not a baby anymore. You're an adult. So if you think you can beat a baby at their own game, learning exactly like they're learning and learning exactly like a child, then you are sadly mistaken and you are in for a long road. Now, there are several reasons why adults may find it more challenging to learn a new language as compared to children. These include cognitive, social, and practical factors. Number one, critical period hypothesis. Things like neuroplasticity. See, children's brains are more plastic, meaning they can learn and adapt and form new neural connections easier. This plasticity diminishes with age, making it harder for adults to absorb new information as quickly. That's just how it is. Then there's accent and phonology. See, children are more likely to acquire a native-like accent because their brains are still wiring specific phonetic sounds. See, adults, we often struggle to reproduce the nuances of sound and accent in the new language. Number two, interference from first language. Things like mental translation. Adults often rely on their first language to understand linguistic concepts. This can lead to interference, where the structure and grammar of the first language negatively influences the second. Then there's established patterns. As adults, we have deeply ingrained language patterns, making it harder to adopt to a new set of grammatical rules or vocabulary that doesn't align with what we're used to. Number three, cognitive flexibility, like metalinguistic awareness. While adults have more developed cognitive abilities, which can help with understanding grammar, this can backfire, making us overthink the language rules and actually slow down the learning process. Then there's declining memory. Working memory and cognitive flexibility peak during childhood and begin to decline into adulthood, which can make it harder to retain vocabulary and grammatical structures. Hey, that's just how it is. Then there's learning environment and motivation. Less immersive environments. Children are often surrounded by the new language in school or social environment, leading to more natural acquisition. While adults, we're less likely to be immersed and often have to make a conscious effort to practice. Then there's practical constraints. See, adults, we have jobs, family, responsibilities, and less free time to dedicate to learning the new language, leading to slower progress. While kids, they ain't got nothing to do. All they got to do is socialize all day and take in the environment and copy and listen to what we do all day. The sounds around them. It's not fair. Number five, fear of failure or social pressure. Things like self-consciousness. See, adults are more likely to feel self-conscious about making mistakes, whereas children are more likely to experiment and make errors without fear. They just don't care, and that accelerates their learning. Then there's perfectionism. Yep, good old perfectionism. See, adults might seek to be perfect in the language, leading to hesitations and reluctance to communicate in real-life settings. See, always remember, yes, a mind is a terrible thing to waste, but it is also a terrible thing to pace. Then we have teaching methods. Let's look at that, like formal education versus play. Children often learn through play, which is more engaging and natural. As opposed to adults like us, we tend to learn through formal methods like textbooks and grammar drills, which may not be as effective for natural language acquisition. Now, all of these factors combine to make language learning more challenging for adults compared to children. Though adults can still learn a new language successfully with persistence and the right approach. Now, children may have the gift of youth, but we have something that they don't have, and that is life experience. And we can use our life experiences to hack our way into learning Spanish or any other language faster. So, contrary to popular belief, it is possible for adults to learn a new language just as fast or faster than a child. However, there are differences in how we as adults must approach the language as opposed to children that will affect our success rate. Now, advantages for adults. There's cognitive resources. See, we as adults, we have more advanced cognitive abilities such as problem-solving skills, memory techniques, and critical thinking skills that we can use to accelerate our language learning. Then there's metacognition. See, we as adults are better at understanding our own learning processes, allowing us to use strategies like deliberate practice, mnemonics, which are memory techniques, and grammar rules to enhance our learning speed. And then we have motivation and goals. See, as adults, we often have a clearer sense of purpose when learning a new language, such as for work, travel, or social reasons, which can boost our motivation and lead to more focused learning. Then there's access to learning tools. See, we as adults can take advantage of structured learning sources like language apps, online courses, and immersion programs tailored for faster progress. Then we have prior knowledge, like our life experiences that I touched on at the beginning of this video. That's something that children don't have. Yes, they may have the gift of youth and a brain like a sponge, but nothing beats experience. And we can use all of our life experiences, associations, and other things that we've been exposed to help us to learn a new language like Spanish faster and easier. Also, as adults, we know more about our native language than children do. And we can use this understanding to help us to learn related languages more easily. And yes, Spanish and English are greatly related because they both have Latin roots, so they're cut from the same cloth. So, while children may have an edge in natural immersion and pronunciation, we as adults have the potential to learn language faster in structured environments due to our cognitive skills and learning strategies, and not to mention our motivation. The key is the method of learning. Adults who engage in deliberate, efficient study can outperform children in language acquisition. And if you want more tips on how to accelerate your language learning as an adult, then be sure to watch this next video listed on your screen. And as always, remember, you don't have to be perfect. Just be good enough.